Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. My name's Polly. This is the Latino Slant. If this is your first time checking us out, and I'm here at the Cinemark 18 over here by Fox Mall, Fox Hills by LAX. Gonna review the film Walter uh, Veerayya, action comedy film that I just saw. So yeah, I I'm gonna start off with non-spoilers, but before I do, I want to welcome you again. If you haven't, do two things for me, right? One, subscribe to the channel. Two, check out our Indian cinema playlist. I have reviews, I have reactions that are besides RRR. There's an RRR playlist, and then there's a Indian cinema playlist as well. Okay, now let's start off with non-spoilers about this film. Cool, and yeah, hit a like, say hello, all that good stuff. As you can see, before I start, I am in front of two posters, right? Blue Beetle and Indiana Jones. Guess which one I'm gonna see for sure. It's not Indy. It's not. Okay, so let's walk down a little bit. All right, so I did see the film at a discount price with my Cinemark Club card. The film is 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes. It is a action-packed comedy. Well, it's an action film with comedy. Okay, now what I loved about this movie, before I get to the stars, before I get to the actors, and really, besides the lead, I already forgot their names just as far as their pronunciations. And forgive me, guys. I recently saw the movie Plane with Gerard Butler, and I hailed it because it knew what it was. Right, a very um, kind of straightforward in its storytelling. It's not a complicated story. It's about Gerard Butler saving his people on a plane. It's a hit. It's a lot of fun. So, by that, and it's action. So, by that, with Walter, it is a formula that I find so unique to the action genre in its storytelling. And I'm going to get that in a minute. But I thought that the storytelling, and this might be old hat, it might be very regular for people from India as far as your storytelling. And please say hello in the comments. Um, but I want to get to the storytelling in a minute. Let's talk about the lead actor. The lead actor is a legend. This man has been acting for decades. Okay, his nickname is Megastar, right? His name is Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi. Why should you know him? Well, if you know the movie RRR, you know that his son is the lead actor in the film. His son is Ram Charan. Ram Charan plays Raju in RRR. His father, though, is the OG Chiranjeevi. So I'm just going back and forth, guys. Um, so I've seen a few of his films recently, as far as Chiranjeevi, and I need to tunnel back to his older films. Having seen a couple of his recent films, and I wasn't impressed with the films. I loved him. He is okay. So having said that, having saw those films recently, I'm very happy to see him kill it in this movie. I'm very happy to see him just do a fantastic job in this film. Chiranjeevi is very versatile, very versatile. This man has incredible emotional range. Besides, the singing and the dancing, he kicks ass. He can hit that vulnerable emotion on cue. He can scare you on cue. He can make you laugh and love him on cue. So, my hats off to Chiranjeevi. I mean, this guy is an incredible acting legend. Um, I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan of his. He's also very, they call him megastar, and I can see why, because he's very mainstream. And mainstream, in what I've gathered as far as mainstream Indian actors, is that performing on a high level, performing kind of like the big numbers, the big songs, then performing, then hitting your cue when you have to do those action sequences, and being that leading man. Chiranjeevi is it. So that's my take on the lead actor. It also has some incredible actors in the film. I was very impressed. Um, but I have to tell you, the biggest the biggest surprise for me was the storytelling. Now, before I get to spoilers in the storytelling, I do want to say that there was maybe a couple of scenes that I felt were cut too soon. It's almost as like there was a good scene and they didn't know how to end it. And that's just kind of like the editing. I think there was like at least two or three scenes like that. I was like, kind of ended it too quick. So that's it. Now let's go to spoilers. And I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you guys say hello. There we go. Cool. If you're watching this on a replay, please comment. Please let me know, have you seen a Chiranjeevi film? Have you seen a Chiranjeevi film before? Is there other films that you guys can recommend that I can see? I'm just, really like, for the past, I would say, for the past 10 months, have just been really tunneling in on Indian cinema. As you know, 10 months ago in this movie theater, I saw RRR, and yeah, it changed a lot for me, happily, as far as I would say now in the theater, at least a dozen films I've seen from India in theaters. And then I would say equally the same thing on online streaming. So yeah, just let me know what Chiranjeevi film you love, and the other actors as well. Let me tell you too. I forget the leading lady, Susan. I think it's Susan Alexander. It's like a very English name. Uh, she's beautiful. She's a knockout. She's a knockout, and she did a really good job with the very little that she had. She was undercover, and we're getting out of spoilers. She was undercover, and you think these characters were a certain type, a certain stereotype, then they change, and that's like the biggest takeaway. That's the biggest entertaining thing for me in this film is the storytelling, right? So, the first part of the film, Chiranjeevi plays it as if he is a kind of like a um happy-go-lucky, loudmouth kind of a, comedic goofball who can kick some ass, but you don't really know what his motivation is. You think it's just like to get paid off so he can get paid, and him and his crew can continue to have a good time, hanging out. He's hired by a local policeman who's had it with the kind of bureaucracy of his higher ups to go and find the people that killed his fellow policemen, and then that's like at the beginning. So uh, Chiranjeevi's character, which is Waltair Veerayya, and they call him Veerayya in it. Veerayya is paid to go to Malaysia to hunt down the drug dealer Solomon. Okay, he automatically takes the job, and we don't know why. Again, he's playing this very tongue-in-cheek, like an idiot, and you're almost like, can this guy pull it off? Like, what's going on? You know, Chiranjeevi's character is kind of an idiot. And then, as we're going on in the first part of the movie, uh, you get to meet Solomon, the bad guy. He talks about his brother, which we don't see towards the end of the first half. Now, I will say the ending of the first half was incredible. Was incredible. They're still in Malaysia, and they have kind of foiled their plan to capture Solomon, and it's Vida who messes up. He messes up because he sees a woman and a little kid coming out of the elevator in this hotel in Malaysia, and you're like, why did he react like this? What's going on? Why is he like a total, like, he completely, just like a minute ago, tells the entire plan to his crew, very a la Ocean's 11, kind of like, you know, here's how it's going to be, and you see it, then they redo it. I love that. Kudos to the direction. Kudos to the, I mean, like, there are just like some great sequences in this film. But then he's about to take the bad guy into custody, and he sees this mom and this little girl come out of the elevator, and he fucking loses his shit. And you're like, what just happened here? And you don't know why. So his buddy's like, hey, you messed up. The guys who hired him, hey, you messed up. What happened here? He says, it's cool. I got it. All right. So basically, also, too, the head manager of the hotel, the female lead, the Susan actress, we find out that she's undercover from India, hunting down Solomon as well. So now there's Vida, his gang, and then there's these undercover guys from India, and they're all going to get together and try to take the drug dealer back to India. And that's the first part. That's the point of the first part. And again, the female actress is gorgeous. I put the cast and info in the video description. There's 3 music numbers in the first part. Actually, 2.5. The first one is really focuses on Chiranjeevi, introducing him, and you just see what a charismatic, incredible leading man he is in this song. You know, it's comedic, it's sexy, it's funky, it's strange. You know, it's totally entertaining. The second one is with the woman that he meets, the undercover cop, and that's cute. That's nice. You know, it served its purpose. It was okay. But then they plot to try to get Solomon back. Right. That's just the main thing. So what happens is, okay, let me see who's here. You know, we'll take a break here. We got some people here in the chat. Dexter, hey, hope you're subscribed. Better be subscribed, brother. Well, his best works. I can't pronounce that. I don't want to mispronounce, but I have him here, so thank you. What's up, Monkey Jeebus? Deepak says movie has so many homages to past Chiranjeevi films. Director is a Chiranjeevi fan. You know what? In the song that he's singing to the girl, and it's like the romance song, he even references himself. I did see that, and I'm not, like, again, I don't have the background that you guys have, so I know what you mean. It's really cool. It's like when a Robert Rodriguez or Tarantino can pay homage to themselves, like in some films. I was reading some other reviews about this film, and I saw that, so that's really cool. You should watch Vida. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if they're playing. Vita is playing here in this theater, man. Um, but hey, but good to see you, Anton. How are you, man? Okay, the end of the first part before the interval, before the intermission, is a fantastic action scene, and you see Chiranjeevi's character become a total beast in the way he kills Solomon. It is nuts. Realize he doesn't want Solomon. He wants his brother, Kala, played by another great actor. And it's Kala he wants, and you're just like, oh! And the way he kills Solomon, oh, that was good. And he's on an elephant, and he smashes the guy. He smashes Solomon's truck with the elephant paw, and then the fucking truck comes up, and then Solomon just like flies out. He's flying in the air, and then Chiranjeevi has a spear and impales him. That was awesome. Fantastic ending to part one. Part two, here's the thing with part two. The storytelling in part two was genius because it goes back in time, but you don't know it till much later. I mean, almost maybe 40 minutes of storytelling, maybe even more, where it finally comes back to Chiranjeevi talking to the Susan character about the past. And he talks about his brother, and we are introduced to his brother in the second half. That brother's a great actor. Great actor. Then you see that he's married to the woman with the little girl. But the little girl's younger. She's like, oh, this is years ago. This is years. And in the whole story, because I don't want to blow it, because I really think the most important, the most unique part of this movie is really some good storytelling. But I will say it's a very unique revenge film because Vita is really, that's what he's really seeking. It's not just revenge, but absolute, complete vindication for the legacy of his brother, because his brother's a cop, and uh, that is probably the most unique part of this film that I really really enjoyed. Really enjoyed it. Great payoff. Fantastic payoff. Um, if you could see it in the theater, great. I think if you see it streaming, it'll probably stream in a couple weeks. Not missing I think you won't really miss too much. I will say, and if anyone is Deepak, Anton, Dexter, if you guys can help me in regards to comedy and the Indian sense of humor, is it different in different regions of India? Because this is a southern film, right? Is their sense of comedy different, sense of humor different? Because I noticed in one scene, people were cracking up when Chiranjeevi had taken his shoes off and was going to go meet and pay respects to someone, but he kind of got dismissed, and everyone in the theater laughed, and he kind of does a little moonwalk to go back into his shoes, which I thought was really funny. Uh, but the theater was cracking up. So, if you guys can just, give me a little insight to your sense of humor and sensibility, because definitely it's different than Americans. That's just, that is the one thing that I saw that was very different. And that's I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying, coming as an American, I'm not used to it. And you could say, listen, I could say that too about the Mexican sense of humor is different than the white American sense of humor. That's just how it is. So that was really curious. So all in all, this is a really entertaining film. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to give this 4 stars out of 5. The lead actor is the father of Ram Charan. Ram Charan is the one of the leads in RRR. He's the guy with the stash. Uh, Ram Charan's father is Chiranjeevi. I know they did a film recently, and I don't think it was well received. Um, so yeah, uh, and if that's a reason to see it, go ahead and see it because Chiranjeevi is incredibly talented, and it shines in this film. This man, I think, is like 67. He's been acting and performing, and now he's like a politician too, for over 4 decades. He's won every award in India, from what I hear, from what I've read. So to the cast, all my respects. Megastar Chiranjeevi, all respect, mad props. I'm gonna wrap this up, but let's see what you guys have to say. Rajiv, how are you, Rajiv? You know that Chiranjeevi is yes, yes. I knew it before going in, and I reread it. And how fitting is that we're watching this film. Today is Sunday here in Los Angeles. Ram Charan is here with the RRR people going to the Critics' Choice Awards. And every day you're seeing news here in LA about the RRR guys, Ram Charan, NTR Jr., SS Rajamoul, getting awards, meeting Spielberg, just doing the Hollywood thing, man. And I'm proud of them. And I was like, you know what? It's going to make me feel good watching this film, starring his dad. So yes, I did know. Dexter says, in that scene, he tries to be the big person, trying to go and get respect from that girl. Yes. But she goes past him. It was funny. So he tries to salvage the awkward situation by doing a moonwalk. Yeah, that was cute. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. There was a lot of cute moments like that. Then there was a lot of savagery, a lot of great action. Without the martial arts, there was some good combat, but take out the martial arts part. They do an old Big Boss homage in regards to the drug dealers putting dope in ice and selling it at the ice factory. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I thought that was really cool. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of kick-ass moments, a lot of fun moments. I did feel that the last song wasn't necessary. That song really took me out of the storytelling. Like, we already know you guys liked each other. You guys already had a song. Let's wrap it up. That was very obligatory. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's my spoiler review of Waltair Veerayya, and I was really impressed. I really impressed with again this director, this storytelling that comes from India, and what really is such a simple film that block user. There we go. And really, is what such a simple film, just like playing with Gerard Butler, but with a unique take. Okay, again, that's 4 out of 5 stars for this film. Thank you guys so much. If you are watching this, whether it's live or on a replay, hit the super thanks, PayPal. Every cent helps the channel out. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Maybe I'll see another film right now. I don't know. What do y'all think? Peace, everybody.